From the Vox Populi studios in Miami Lakes, we bring you our first ever Miami Lakes Business Podcast. My name is Fred Sendra. I'm the president of the Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce. And our goal is to bring you all our businesses in the area, in our town, so that you can get to know them better, so that you can get to know them better as well. That is the main goal that we have. This is a historic time. This is a historic moment because it is the first time ever that a podcast is being produced. We welcome you to our first podcast, and we have the honor of having with us our first guest, which is a member, obviously, of the Miami Lakes Chamber, Mr. Ray Palacios. He's been a member of the Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce for many, many years. He is the CEO of First Origin Mortgage, which is located in Miami Lakes. So, welcome to our first podcast, Ray.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be the first one of these podcasts.
You know, it reminds me when the first time the Vox Populi started with our mayor, Manny Cid. I was the first guest ever in his podcast, and I was the last also that was produced right here from this studios. So let's talk a little bit about your business. Mm-hmm. You're located in the Miami Lakes area. How long have you been in the Miami Lakes area with First Origin?
Originally, we were in Doral for the first couple of years, and then we came over here in 2006, and then I joined the chamber right away. So since 2006, early 2007, I've been a member of the chamber. But yeah, Miami Lakes is very unique. It's very centralized, more so than 90% or 99% of the other cities in both counties of Dade and Broward. When we were in Doral, we were a little bit too far south. We couldn't get Broward Market as much, and they were a little bit too far west, and they really only had the one expressway. Since we came here to Miami Lakes, it's you've got the Palmetto Expressway, you have I-75, I-95 is right down the road. We can get Broward Market, we can get South Dade, we can go east, west, whichever direction. So it was a very good thing for us to come up here.
That is good. How many employees do you presently have?
We have about 21 or so salespeople in First Origin, and 5 regular staff right now.
And is this the only location? I know this is the main location. This is your central office, but is this the only one that you have?
It's our main location for right now. Yes, well, technically no. I guess we did open one in Louisiana, or we're in the process of getting staff for Louisiana. We're looking at other options of going into Central Florida and possibly even Jacksonville as well.
I know you talked a little bit about this at the beginning, but maybe we can be a little bit more concrete. What really made you choose Miami Lakes as a home base?
Well, the centralization is definitely number one. Number two would have to be the people. We just felt at home here. Everybody's so genuine. I did grow up in the area, so that does help, because I'm from the Hialeah Miami Lakes area right there, and on West 12th Avenue, right around the corner from Ludlam. So I went to HML right down the street, graduated from there. So those things do help, and Miami Lakes was always in my heart, and I absolutely love the town. So
that is great. That is great to hear. How does Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce? How has the chamber helped you with your business?
The number one, marketing is key for every company. Whether big or small. The chamber allows you to brand yourself as an owner the easiest, because you get a lot of face-to-face time with people. And in this digital world of ours, in my opinion, you don't get enough of that. So the monthly meetings with at least 60 to 80 people every single month, you get to shake hands with 60 to 80 people every month, and for very little money, in my opinion. And maybe you don't know everybody in the first couple of meetings or first few meetings, because at the beginning it tends to be intimidating when you go to a luncheon and there's 80 people in suits, and you're only shaking maybe a hand, 4, 5, 6 people's hands, or whoever's in your one table. But I guarantee you, with the level of professionalism in all of these individuals, by meeting number 6 or 7, you're going to pretty much know everybody in the room, with the exception of whoever's new coming in those months. And that was one thing that helped me, or the chamber helped me with, is that one time a month, I have that goal to shake as many hands as possible. I get in there, I talk to everybody, I say hi to everybody, or as many people as I can, and it's wonderful, and it gets my wheel spinning, for the rest of that day and week.
All right, talking about actually the mortgage business right now. I know there's one thing in people's mind right now. People are worrying about interest rates going up. How do you see the market? How do you see the mortgage market?
That's where the crystal ball comes into play. There's actually been a lot of turmoil these last few days with Silicon Valley Bank failing. They closed down another bank, Signature Bank, up in I believe New York, and a lot of the regional banks are hurting today. But so as of the last few days, they actually went down. The rates went down by at least 0.25%, only because of the volatility. But aside from that, they will come down. So they got a little low in early January, and then business got a little better. And from about early February to early March, they spiked up. The rates did. So they went back to around that 7% range on average, and now we see them going back into the mid to high fives, possibly by the end of the year. So
that is certainly good news.
Yeah.
More or less, you don't have to be exact, but let's say that you see a lot of young people that cannot buy a home, or they think they can't buy a home, and they're paying this huge amount of rentals every single month. So just for the benefit of our audience, what is the estimate? Your estimate, let's say, on an average home price, which I believe in Dade County, for example, is probably in the 400s, with a let's say a substantial down payment of $100,000, finance in 30 years, 30-year mortgage. What are we talking about in payments, monthly payments? That is.
Well, obviously, you're in the 400,000 range. Your payments, if you put the 100,000 down, your payment's probably going to be in that 2,500 to 2,800 range, with no mortgage, PMI or anything like that. If you're looking at a first-time home buyer with very little, like 3 or 5% down, $400,000 will probably get you a payment in about the 3,400 to 3,500 range, with taxes, insurance, and mortgage insurance included.
Well, that will be still much lower than what I hear some of these monthly rentals going for, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, which is really hard to to believe.
You have 3-bedroom townhouses right now going for $2,800 to $3,400 range in rental. So.
Another question that I have is for also the benefit of our audience, especially the younger audience. You're a young man compared to me.
Appreciate the compliment.
Compared to me, but how do you start a business? How do you start your business?
That's a good question, and I get asked that often. I've been a banker all my life. I've been a banker since I was 18 years old. So I've been in the business 28 years, and I started as a teller, and I only lasted there for 8 months because they saw something in me where I was in a local credit union that they after 8 months, I was in back office already, basically handling corporate things. Banking is my passion. Finance, I love numbers, financing. I did some real estate as well, but it's just not my passion. The financing side is where it is for me. And what I would tell any aspiring business owner is go with what gets you in your heart. With whatever your passion is. If you're a tattoo artist and that's what you want to be, then open up a tattoo parlor and take the risk. There are so many programs out there that you can benefit from and give you financing or even give you funding for your own business.
I think the key word there that you mentioned was passion.
Yeah.
I personally have always said that you have to have passion for whatever you do, whether you're work in sanitation or whether you work as a taxi driver or whether you're in whatever business, you have to have the passion for it. If you have the passion, you're going to be successful.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about your family, and maybe I should have started with that. But I know you're married. I know you have kids. And so tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I've got 2 fantastic boys that are currently playing baseball up in St. Louis, Missouri, for university up there. An amazing wife that was teaching for 22 or 23 years that finally retired a couple of years ago and joined my business. So she's kind of my right-hand woman. I call her my boss because, most of the time she's telling me what to do on a daily basis, I would say. But she keeps me level-headed and good. Listen, me personally, I wasn't born down here. I actually came on the Mario boat lift in 1980 and without a father, to say the least. So it was just my grandmother, my mother, my brother, and myself, and they did a heck of a job. So.
Well, I vouch for that. I think you're a great guy and very successful, business person. And
thank you.
And I'm very glad that you were our first guest. I think it's wonderful.
I'm honored. I truly
honored
am.
to be here with you. And I've personally known you for a number of years and always enjoyed your company. And thank you, Ray, for being here. It's a little hard here to shake hands with all this paraphernalia here, but thank you for being here with us. I think it's was a great thing, a great example to follow from your success as owner and CEO of First Origin Mortgage, proud member of our Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce, and a proud resident of Miami Lakes as well.
Thank you.
We thank you for being here at our first ever podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm extremely honored.
There you have it, folks. This is, being our first podcast, ever podcast in Miami Lakes. We will have, as I said, we will be showcasing our business members of the Chamber in every podcast that we have. So thank you for your being the audience, and thank you for being with us this last few minutes. And until next time.